Something. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cynthia Bell. I'm coming to you live here from Hollywood, Florida. I'm going to be talking to you all today about how to live a holistic and wellness life. And it is a life, it's a lifestyle. And I also will be introducing my company as well, which is Cynthia Wellness Products, which I started in 2020 during the time when COVID first started. I was looking for ways to keep my family healthy, and I God gave me the insight to start mixing things and things that I had already had in my home, and which is natural herbs. Just giving you a little bit of history as to how I became into this particular entity. My background is medical. I've been in medical over 45 years. So I had known about different herbs and stuff like that, but never experimented with any of them. But then I took a chance and I said, you know what, let me try this and let me try that. And then that motivated me to learn more. And at that time, I took some classes and I became a master herbalist and I became certified in diet and nutrition management, which really has taken off really well. And during that time, I kind of tapped into my own uh, mindset in reference to how to live healthier, how to live a more holistic life. So I'm going to share with you today. This is a teachable moment, and uh, the podcast I normally do second and fourth Wednesday of the month, but this is a little different. This is more for information purposes because when I look at what's going on, we live in an unhealthy world, and trying to stay healthy to build up our immune system sometimes can be quite a bit of a task. But anything has to do with our bodies, our mind, and our spirit, and our soul is worth the effort. So I'm going to take some time out today, and I probably won't finish all of this today. It'll probably be a part two or a part three because I want to take my time with it because I think it's important that we as a people that we take care of our bodies, the whole body, and the holistic part of it is the whole body, the mind, soul, everything. So I'm going to share with you learning how to live in a healthy lifestyle that fits your needs. I know that we're all busy. We're doing things right now. We have kids and we have jobs, and if you're educated, you're out for the summer. Perhaps you're working during the summer. We're all busy. We're in the mainstream of life, and but listen, taking care of our bodies, taking care of the whole woman or man is just important as going to work every day. Just important as doing a budget. Just as important as paying our bills. We're more important because we are it. We are the machine, the body that's going to take us to and from. So I just want to share with you a little bit. I share a little bit about how I came into the holistic and wellness approach, and to discover that health fads, they don't really work. There's so many health fads right now going on. If you just turn on your TV, you can see them. The infomercials, commercials are everywhere, but that's not the key. The key is to understand the difference as to what our body needs versus what it wants. Now, I like uh, I like ice cream, but I know I can't eat it every night. Okay. My body don't need it every night. Once in a while, perhaps, because that's a want versus a need. But I do need water. I need sunlight. I need rest. I need sleep. Okay. I need peace of mind. All of that plays a part in holistic living and wellness. So training diets and workouts, they're not the answer because those things are not sustainable. If you want to create real lasting results, you have to transform your mind. You have to regenerate your body to ignite what you want to do moving forward. So I'm going to share with you, and if you know anybody, ask them to chime in, because the information that I have is very informative, and I believe it's going to help along the way. Stop putting poisoning in our bodies. So what do you mean by that, Cynthia? Stop putting poison in our bodies. Stop fueling our bodies with acidic foods and beverages. Stop giving in to negative thoughts. Now, I'm going to pause right there. Stop giving in to negative thoughts. That is the holistic and wellness approach. Okay, that is an entity as well. And I got to tell you, the last couple of months, stop giving power to negative thoughts. That has been a challenge. But I believe in challenges, and I believe overcoming those challenges. Stop neglecting your body by not working out. Well, Cynthia, you know what? What were you saying? I go to the gym. Okay, all right. I get that. But stop neglecting your body. Okay. Getting enough the proper rest, eating the proper fruits and vegetables. Okay. I said that earlier a few moments ago. Those are things that we need for our bodies. That's going to keep us abreast. Just like, when I was in school and I learned about when you plant a seed, what it takes for that seed to grow. You need sunlight, you need water, you need all of that, and it's very important. Okay, and the other thing is, start to empower yourself to take back control of your healthy lifestyle. Start start empowering yourself to take back control of a healthy lifestyle. And we get busy. We got uh, um, these drinks that give us energy, but you know what? Fruits and vegetables give us energy as well, because some of those drinks that we're consuming, they have caffeine. Now, caffeine has its place. Don't get it wrong. Caffeine does has its place, but because I need that caffeine in the morning when I wake up. Trust me, I do need that. But we have to be mindful as to a lot of the energy drinks that we're taking. Think about what you're putting in your body. One of the telltale ways of knowing you are poisoning is that you find yourself tired and lagging throughout the day. That means that something is missing in your body. Your nourishment, a nutrient that you need. Now, with my company, Cynthia Wellness Products, we have a variety of immunity drinks. We have watermelon romance. We have pineapple. There's so many drinks that we have. We also have sea moss. Sea moss is a very, uh, it's a marine vegetable. It has a lot of health amenities to it. It has so many, and I advise anyone, just talk to your doctor, Google as to what these natural fruits and vegetables have, what they can do for our bodies. And they're just not good for little kids, because I wrote a book about the collard green boy, the journey of the collard green boy. And what it does is it teaches our young people how important it is that they eat their fruits and vegetables and grow up to be productive citizens. Well, guess what? That's good for us too, because if our body is not getting the correct nutrients, guess what? We do feel tired, and we start lagging and not feeling 100%. But I want to take some time out right now to introduce. I made a couple of slides for this teachable moment, and I want to share just a little bit of them with you. And if you have any questions, feel free to do that. If you have any concerns on a more personal note, please inbox me. I'll be glad to speak to you on a one-on-one basis. Just for information purposes, tell someone, reach out to someone, let them know that we're doing information on holistic and wellness living. And it's very important for our Black and brown people. It's very important, because I'm going to tell you why. Because even with, I know you all have seen the commercials, in reference to diabetes. You get all kind of drugs are being put out there now for diabetes. We got the elite people who have money. They're using certain diabetic medications to help them lose weight. There's just so much going on right now, and diabetes is very high among Black and brown people. Okay, we have tobacco. You saw the commercials. People are still smoking. They're still doing that. So that's why it's important that we take care of our bodies. But I'm going to start with and please reach out to someone and let them know that we're talking about holistic and wellness living. So my first slide is the introduction of holistic and wellness living. All right, and let's see here. We also have, my thing is wow, 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 wow. We can take care of our bodies. Wow. We can go for a walk. Wow. We can eat better. Well, wow. Yes. Wow. WOW. Now, also, what is an example of holistic living? Well, here it is right here. Here it is right here. An example of holistic is healthcare that focuses on the health of the entire body, the mind, and not just parts of the body, concerned with being concerned with the wholes rather than the analysis or separation to parts. Holistic medicine. Holistic medicine is pretty much what they're talking about in reference to the herbs that I'm going to be talking about later on in this podcast. Okay. Now, what is a holistic lifestyle? I'm glad you asked that question. Holistic lifestyle is a way of living that lets you look at the big picture, people, the whole picture, the whole person. That's you and I. I like to think of holistic as being connected to wholeness. Yes. You don't try to make your life better by focusing on one thing like eating well, personal growth, spirituality, or creating contributions. Okay? It's not one thing. It's everything. It's the whole person. The whole person. You and I. How to start living holistically? Well, Cynthia, yeah, how do we do that? You practice mindfulness. Living in the moment is one of the most important values of living holistically. I'm going to say it again. Practice mindfulness. Mindful that you may need to walk to your car or to that particular store. You may need to walk around the block a few times. Living in the moment is one of the most important values of living holistically. Respect, respect the amazing powers of your body. Last night I was watching the draft, the NBA draft, and I saw all those young people. I mean, those young men, they're like some 6 feet. The one of them was almost 7 feet something. And looking at the stamina of their bodies and know that they train to become part to be drafted in the NBA. Well, most of us are not going to the NBA, but guess what? We have to respect the amazing powers of our bodies. Fueling our bodies with clean food. Well, what's clean food? What's clean food? I'm going to tell you about it later on the podcast. Nourish positive relationships and let go of the bad. Ooh, now that's one that we get stuck at. We get stuck at that perhaps a lot. Nourishing positive relationships and letting go of the bad. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Let yourself grow. Be connected and be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware that perhaps the foods that you're craving are not best for you. Be aware that the people that's in your circle may not be the ones that really need to be in your circle. But it goes back to respecting the amazing powers of our bodies and fueling our bodies with clean food. And we're going to talk about that later on. Okay, I'm going to start with 7 holistic health situations. So let's assess your holistic health and wellness on a wider spectrum. Basically, this means wellness depends on more factors than simply avoiding the flu each year. Holistic health and wellness is sustained by 8 pillars. There's 8 of them, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more. You got physical, you got nutritional, you got emotional, you got social, you got spiritual, you got intellectual, financial, and environmental. Environmental. We live in an unhealthy world, and it's great It's great that we have shots for COVID vaccinations. It's great that we have vaccinations for the flu, influenza, this new one, RSV, um, this going around. Okay, that's great. But guess what? We still have to deal with the physical part, the nutritional part, emotional, social, spiritual, intellectual. There's something that we've got to do too. And financial. Yes. If you're stressing about how to take care of this bill or that bill, it plays on the mind. How can you be well if you're always worried, stressed out? Stress can cause a lot of things because if your body is not built up properly, your immune system, stress will take you down. Now, let's talk about, we talked about clean food in one of the slides. We talked about clean food. We got herb, we got vegetable. And I'm gonna give you a description. In general use, herbs are widely distributed in widespread groups of plants, excluding vegetables and other plants consumed for macronutrients with savory or aromatic properties that are used for flavoring and garnishing food for medicinal purposes or for fragrances. Yes. Okay, that clean food. Okay, the herbs. We got ginger. We got aloe. We have garlic. We have cinnamon. Oh my goodness, we have moringa. Oh, there's so many vegetables and herbs out there that is good for our bodies and that has medicinal purposes. And they're using it for perfumes. Everything that we have that we use basically comes from a plant. So why not? Why not tap into holistic and wellness living? Why not do it? Okay? If we can spread on our bodies, we can certainly eat it. We can eat it, we can spread on our bodies. Herbs generally refer to the leafy green or flowering parts of a plant, either fresh or dry. Yes, yes. All right. So now let's talk about some of the herbs that's listed. So we know that hyssop, myrrh, frankincense, coriander, mint, garlic. These are all things that I know we have the garlic in our homes. We have mint in our homes. Not so much the frankincense, but guess what? It's accessible. You can get it. Okay, so now we done got into that part. So let's go to like what are the 7 healing herbs in the Bible? What are the 7 healing herbs in the Bible? Okay, pretty much they got the hyssop, the myrrh, the frankincense, coriander, the mint, and the garlic. But we can go a little bit further than that. Plants mentioned in the Bible are known as medicinal. In Egypt, during that time, people those are things that were welcome in their homes. They were everyday things in their homes. We've got so sophisticated now. We can buy things already prepared with those things in it. But think about taking the time to do them yourselves. Think about that time to do them yourself. Okay, you'll be surprised as to what we can do. Now I'm going to share for a moment. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to bear with me for just a moment, and we're going to talk about. Let's see here. Okay, so we know that they're listed. Well, it's been noted that there are several healing herbs in the Bible. And one of them is coriander. If you go to Exodus 16 and 31 and Numbers 11 and 7, it talks about coriander. Cumin, okay? If you go to the Bible, Isaiah 28 and 25, 27, even in Matthew 23, it talks about cumin. You got the dill, Isaiah 28, 26, Matthew 23 as well. Frankincense, Exodus talks about it, 30 and 34, Matthew 2 and 11. Hyssop, Exodus 12, 22, John 19, 29. Now we got leeks and onions and chives. Well, Cynthia, leeks, onions, And child, yes. Numbers talks about it in the Bible. 11, 1 through 6. And what about mints? I love mint. Peppermint, mint. You got peppermint body wash, peppermint this, peppermint that. Mint, mints, they talk about it in Matthew 23 and Luke 11:42. Okay, think about it. These are things that people use long time ago, and they're still here. And they played a very important difference in how man was then. Okay, so now moving right along. So now we talked about the medicinal. We got fig. You know, what is the holy plant in the Bible? Only 5 species are mentioned directly as medicinal plants in the Bible. You got fig, hyssop, balm. These are all things. Where in the Bible does it talk about medicinal herbs? Where in the Bible? You know, when I was coming certified when I became a master herbalist, I studied these things. I just didn't read about it. I went and I studied and I looked it up and I verified. And it's been noted that as the Bible states in Psalm 104 and 14, God provides us with herbs for the service of man. When I read that, I was like, oh yes, oh yes. It says, as the Bible states in Psalm 104 and 14, God provides us with herbs for the service of man. Hopefully, after reading that article, okay, I started to incorporate some of those health boosting biblical herbs into my life daily, which is the garlic, the mint, and all of that. What plant? What plant is associated with Jesus? See, what's if you're going back and forth? Yeah, because everything that we need, the Bible said, God provides us with herbs for the service of man. So we have to go back from the beginning. Most people consider the passion fruit flower as the ultimate symbol of the crucifixion. Oh, now you're going deep, Cynthia. Yeah, because we're talking about holistic and wellness living. The stigma, the female part of the flower, is divided into 3 units, thus resuming the 3 nails. The 5 stamens male part of the flower are brought to the present, the 5 wounds that Jesus received in his hands, his feet, side. That's deep. So the blueprint is already here in reference to holistic and the wellness of living, taking care of our bodies. The herbs for the service of man. We already defined that. Okay. What does God say about medicine? Well, let's see what he said about medicine. Jesus said, it is not the healthy who needs a doctor, but the sick. Matthew 9 and 12. Oh my goodness. Think about that. Think about that. This is not something that Cynthia said. This has been noted, okay, biblically. So check it out. Now, moving right along, holistic and wellness living. It has to be a lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle. So let's go biblical. Let's go back for a moment. What was Jesus' favorite fruit? Well, Cynthia, how do we know that? Because if you study, we have to study, we have to read. That's why it's good to read. Okay. That's why you see the array of books behind me, because I like to read, also like to write. But let's go back. What was Jesus' favorite fruit? Okay, let me share. It's been noted. Jesus ate figs, which we know from the fact that on his way to Jerusalem, he reached for a fig tree, but it was not the season for figs. At the Last Supper, in John's Gospel, Jesus gives Judas a morsel dipped in a dish, which almost certainly was a dish of olive oil. Oh, olive oil. You can find that in Exodus 30, 22, and 29. Olive oil. Listen, olive oil has many medicinal purposes. I was watching a documentary once, and there was a lady, she had got bitten by a snake, a venomous snake. And she was told to put olive oil in her mouth to saturate her mouth with the olive oil, and that she wouldn't get poisoned. And she did that. So olive oil, go to Exodus 30, 22, and 29 and read about what they say about olive oil. All of this stuff that I'm talking about is holistic and wellness living. It will change your life. It will change the way that you empower your body, your mind, and your soul. The Lord said to Moses, 23, take the finest spices of liquid myrrh, 500 shekels, and of sweet smelling cinnamon as half as much, that is 250, and 250 of aromatic cane, 24 and 500 of cassia, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, and a hin of olive oil. Think about that. Cinnamon. We have cinnamon buns, we got cinnamon rolls, we got cinnamon. Well, cinnamon is one of the products that I use in my It's one of the spices, herbs that I use in my products. I even use cinnamon in my face care, my skincare line, because what it does is it rejuvenates the skin. It has so many health properties. So again, you can see how important it is respecting the amazing powers of our body, how important it is that to live a holistic and wellness life. It's not hard. It's a challenge because sometimes we don't get what we want instead opposed to we get what we want instead of what we need. Okay, cinnamon. Moving right along. So, and I have to go back biblically because in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and it's been written. The amazing hyssop of the Bible, wild oregano. Oregano. Listen, when I go and get my subs, and I use oregano in my home as well. I love oregano on my own. It brings a different flavor, a different taste. But let's see what it says here. It says here, as he shall sprinkle upon him that is to be cleansed from leprosy 7 times, and shall pronounce him clean, and shall let the living bird loose into the open field. Leviticus 4:4-7. What does that tell you about oregano? Let him that is to be cleansed from leprosy 7 times. Oregano, wild oregano. A lot of us put in our spaghetti, in our sauces. Now the question, was Jesus a vegetarian? Well, let's see what's been noted. Many Bible scholars believe that Jesus was a vegetarian. Jesus' message is one of love and compassion. And there is nothing loving or compassionate about factory farms and slaughterhouses where billions of animals live miserable lives and die violent, bloody deaths. Now, people don't come at me as to what was written. Don't come at me with that. I'm advising you, I'm reading what was noted. Okay. There's nothing loving or compassionate about factory farms and slaughterhouses where billions of animals live miserable lives and die violent, bloody deaths. Think about that. What was Jesus' diet? Well, it's been noted. Jesus essentially ate a Mediterranean diet, which in whole grains, fish, fruit, and vegetables, with modest amounts of olive oil, meat, and wine. I'm gonna say it again. It's been noted, not what Cynthia said. It has been noted that Jesus ate a Mediterranean diet, which consists of whole grains, fish, fruit, vegetables, and with a modest amounts of olive oil, meat, and wine. Yes, holistic and wellness living. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let's go on to the next one. Let's go back. All right. Christians believe that the bay symbolizes the resurrection of Christ, and bay leaves are often used to symbolize this event. In the Bible, bay leaves are a symbol of prosperity, honor, and fame. Listen, I use uh, bay leaf in my products as well. For those people who may have problems going to sleep, and I know they're using a lot of melatonin and all of that, but listen, I use bay leaf for my clients, for my customers who have insomnia. Bay leaf has many factors. It has a soothing. A lot of the medicines that we use for tranquilizers and sedatives are from a plant, and some of them are from bay leaves. Yeah, from bay leaves. Information, teachable moment. Well, Cynthia, what does the Bible say about aloe? Aloe grows in my yard. I have some in the backyard, and I look at some of my neighbors. They have aloe there. Two plants in the Bible are called aloe. The New Testament plant used in the burial of Jesus is without a doubt the well-known aloe vera. But the Old Testament plant translated aloe is obscure. According to Psalm 45 and 8, it is apparently very fragrant and is associated with myrrh and cassia. The aloe plant. Aloe, we use aloe in our drinks. We use aloe for our skin, for our body washes, for medicine. Aloe, everything that we need, God said He has provided for us in reference to holistic and wellness living in the process of herbs. Okay? It's not what Cynthia said. It's been noted. It's been written. Now, we got rosemary. I use rosemary in my products as well. Okay? It's a symbol of fidelity and remembrance once used in the holiest of Christian ceremonies, the wedding and the funeral. For centuries, people thought that the rosemary plant would never grow higher than 6 feet in 33 years so as not to stand taller than Christ. Rosemary, you got time. And St. Luke, be kind to me. In dreams, let me be true, let my true love see. It is said by Christian believers that thyme was one of the several plants used to fill the manger upon which the infant Jesus was laid. Hence, its religious significance through the Mediterranean. Cumin. Listen, this can go on. There's so many. I asked you as a consumer to check out these different herbs because I use these in my products. Now, this is one. It says reasons why everyone should drink turmeric water every day. One of the drinks that I make, the immunity drinks that I use turmeric. Turmeric has many health properties. It's good for inflammation. It's good for the blood. It just has so many health properties. So it has to be absorbed in the bloodstream. I've experienced the full effects of turmeric. It helps to consume with black pepper. When I'm making my products, you have to use that. I use that. You don't have to use it. I use it because I'm compliant because I want my customers to get the full benefits of my products so they can respect their bodies and respect the amazing powers of their body. I mean, there's just so many that I can talk about. But I must pause here for a minute. It's been noted about 4 billion people, that's 80% of the world's population, rely on herbal and medicinal purposes for healthcare and traditional medicines practices. 80% of the world's population, up to 4 billion people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Extract the people that I have that I service. That's a lot of people that use herbs for medicinal purposes. Yes. So this just isn't a fluke. It's not a trend. It's a way of life. It has to be a lifestyle. It has to be. So I'm going to just fast forward just for a moment. We talk about respecting the amazing powers of the body. We talked about that. And listen, the benefits of natural and spiritual herbs. Fueling our bodies with clean food. But I can't get away from how to respect the amazing powers of our bodies. Let's go health-wise. Diabetes diagnosed is 60% more likely to occur in African American population. 60%. That's over half. Common warnings include increased thirst, hunger, dry mouth, frequent urination, infection, explained, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, blurred vision, headaches, asthma. We know the story of Black and brown people. We know. African Americans are 3 times more likely to suffer from asthma attack. Constant coughing, especially at night. Health, heart problems. African American disease has sometimes like tender reddish bumps on the skin. African American men have 40% higher cancer rate. Come on, let's talk about it. African American men have 40% higher cancer rate, death than the Caucasian men. Is it our lifestyle? Is the food we eat? Are we respecting our bodies, the powers of the body? Think about it. African American women have 20% higher cancer death rate compared to their Caucasian counterparts. We don't go to the doctor. By the time we go to the doctor, it's too late. Because is it a lifestyle? Is it a holistic lifestyle? Is it wellness? What happened? So you've got the statistics here. 60% of African American people have diabetes. That's over half. You got 40% of African American men die of cancer than Caucasian counterparts. You got 20% of cancer death among the Caucasian counterparts. Alzheimer's. African Americans are 2 to 3 times more likely to likely than other races to develop Alzheimer's, and nearly 4 times as likely to have cognitive impairment at an early age. What is the bottom line here? Is it a lifestyle? Is it wellness? Holistic? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? A teachable moment. Now African American men are 50% more likely than Caucasian men to get lung cancer. Look at the statistics, people. Pass it on to somebody else. Pass it on to a family member, a friend, even an enemy. We have to take control of our bodies. We have to respect our bodies. We have to live a holistic life, eating clean food, getting our fruits, our vegetables, our rest. Okay? Stroke. Death from strokes happens 4 times more often in 35 to 54-year-old African Americans. High blood pressure. Over 40% of African Americans have high blood pressure, over 20 years old. Cancer, 40%. Think about it. Multiple factors such as our diet, our activity level, and the environment affects our health as we age. Pay attention to the warning signs of various diseases. You can often treat or prevent them, and promote healthy aging. Now, I shared that with you, and because I wanted to let this be a teachable moment. Because as I said before in the beginning of the podcast, I've been in healthcare 45 years. I'm not a medical doctor, nurse, any of that, but I've been in healthcare over 45 years. And I've worked in oncology, hematology, I've worked in the ER. I've seen many things with many people. And a lot of it has been attributed to our lifestyle. And we have to go back to the benefits of natural and spiritual herbs. My company, Cynthia Waters Partners, that's what we focus on. I have a slogan that wellness is essential to our body, mind, and spirit. It's essential. And then you tap on the holistic living, and that's taking care of our minds, taking care of our body, exercise, diet, eating clean. All of that stuff contributes to a healthy, holistic lifestyle. And it's so good. It's good to detoxify our bodies. I have drinks for that, to detoxify our bodies. Because yes, we need to just like you pour water down the drain, it goes down the drain, but it filters out where it needs to go. It's the same thing with our bodies. We have to detoxify our bodies. We talk about cleansing our digestive system, fasting to cleanse our digestive tract, blood, intestines, kidneys, liver, and lungs. Believe it or not, there's different herbs that we have that's listed that helps. The kidneys can be rejuvenated. Yes, they can be. They can be regenerated. The kidneys can. But it's something that we have to do. I know that a lot of people have dialysis. I mean, people who are diabetic, they take dialysis and a lot of medication. But let's start out by saying that we're going to respect our bodies. We're going to respect the amazing powers of our bodies. Okay? Because that's very important. We revitalize and regenerate. Structural integrity and aerobic power. Take a walk. I walk. I walk by myself and I take my two dogs walking. Do I want to go every day? Absolutely not. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But I do it because I'm respecting my body. I'm respecting my body, the powers of my body. Okay. And I want to live holistically and be well. So I wanted to come by and share with you a reference to how to live a holistic and wellness. It's a lifestyle. It's not a trend. It's none of that. So I'm going to be doing podcasts more up to about health related issues. I did a podcast some months ago about colon cancer. But there's so many things out there that we need to talk about, and I want to be that vessel to bring you the information to talk about it. So again, I wanted to come to you live and talk to you about um, holistic living and wellness living, taking care of our skin, taking care of our body, living holistic and healthy is the key to who we are. And I know some diseases that we get, um, you know, in our DNA, but a lot of things that we can prevent. So I want to thank you again. I want to thank you. And I look forward to speaking to you again on I believe the 28th. And we're going to be talking about dating people with kids. It is a challenge. So with that said, if you have any information, if you want more information about my products, Cynthia's Wellness Products, you can contact me at 754-244-8009. You can Google Cynthia Wellness Products, and a lot of my products, most of them will come up. Our CMOS is a very, very good product. All of our products are good because they're made with love, and they're made for the idea of maintaining and building our immune system. So with that said, until the next time we meet, thank you for allowing me to come into your space, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.